Logan Paul, the name that's been on everyone's mind ever since he pulled those shenanigans over in Japan, has finally gotten on YouTube's bad side. They have completely demonetized his channel. And personally, I think he had it coming. I really think he did. Now, I will say, I do not hate Logan Paul. I feel like hate is too strong of a word. But I do have a certain level of distaste for him. Um, yeah, but anyway, that being said, the way I view this is a moment of triumph, a moment of victory for YouTube. Um, because it shows that YouTube might actually be taking things seriously now, which would be great for pretty much everyone involved. Because people like Logan Paul have been given, you know, the special treatment for too long, and this shows potentially that YouTube is starting to, wake up. They're starting to get woke, as they say, and take care of things that should have been taken care of a long time ago, in my opinion. Now, his channel was not deleted, despite thousands upon thousands of people literally forming a petition to have it deleted, which is actually kind of funny. But I'm actually glad they didn't delete it. I'm actually glad they didn't. And I'll say that's because I am a person that believes in second chances. And I feel like demonetizing his entire channel is just the right amount of punishment for his actions. I feel like deleting his channel might have been a step overboard, but I don't know. The point is, this gives him an opportunity for a second chance to start fresh, as they say. And I'm all for second chances, but let's be honest. He hasn't learned a damn thing, okay? Let's be honest here. This is Logan Paul we're talking about. The man who basically desecrated a human body on YouTube, and then just over a month later, when he finally came back to YouTube, desecrates the body of a dead rat and basically tortures a living fish in one of his videos. So, if the whole human body thing didn't teach him a lesson, I don't think anything will. And, I've kind of wanted to talk about the whole Logan Paul thing for a while now, and I just kind of stayed away from it because I felt like there were already a lot of YouTubers that were already covering it, and quite frankly doing a better job than I ever would. Such as H3H3, which is a channel that I follow regularly. And you know what? I'll leave a link to their channel down below because they just excellent content, excellent videos. Most of you guys will probably love their stuff if you haven't seen them already. And you know what? You know what? In the spirit of kind gestures, I will put Logan Paul's channel in the description as well. You don't have to click it, but it will be there. Just to show that, he's screwed up. He's screwed up, but it's just in this... I'm gonna be roasting him in this video, so just in the spirit of fairness, link to his channel will be down below. I mean, he doesn't make money off of it anymore, so yeah. Anyway, that being said, I would warn you before clicking that link to his channel if you decide to do so. Stupidity might be contagious. We already know, thanks to his brother, Jake Paul, that stupidity can be genetic. So, that being said, it's just click it at your own risk. But I think I think this is a good thing for YouTube moving forward. I really do. I think it shows that the people over at YouTube are actually taking things seriously now. Um, and I feel like this will pave the way for potentially a better future for YouTube as a whole, as well as individual channels such as myself who are just trying to get by. Um, yeah, that being said, I'm glad that this whole situation with Logan Paul has it seems like it's over, right? He's been demonetized. He lost all of his YouTube Red privileges. It seems like, sorry, I had a bug or something on my leg. I don't know, but he's lost all his YouTube Red privileges. I think other than his hardcore fans, he's probably put a level of distaste and distrust into a lot of his audience. Uh, and I feel like it's got to be over, right? Like, I don't think you can come back from that. Or at the very least, if he does, it's gonna take a while. So consider this a break from Logan Paul, because I'm sure he will rear his ugly head once again. When that might be, I don't know, but yeah. He did this strange video when he returned to YouTube after the the so-called break from the whole Japan scandal, and he basically in that video compared himself to a religious figure, which he's not, and it was just really weird. The whole thing was just made to stroke his ego, and it was just very strange. It was a very strange way to come back after this entire scandal. And then, the video immediately after, you're torturing a fish and desecrating the body of a dead rat. I just can't figure out the thought process behind that. And there's a certain level of stupid that, you should have to wear, a physical item that says, beware, I am dangerously stupid. Because, I really think this guy, and I'm not, I want to clarify, I'm not trying to make fun of mental health issues. They are a legitimate problem. I have a few myself, and I am not ashamed to admit that. I have problems. I feel like everyone has problems. And I definitely feel like Logan Paul has some fucking problems. Alright? I feel like both him and his brother, it just boils down to the classic tale of two people who became really famous really quickly, and it just got to their head, and mentally they just could not handle it. So this is the end result. They just became essentially monsters. And that might be a little bit of an exaggeration. but for lack of a better term, monsters. Okay, because I can't think of a different word at the moment, but that might be a little bit of an exaggeration. Anyway, I I I feel like there's a little bit of there's a little part of me that actually feels some sort of sympathy for these two individuals. Um, and don't get me wrong, they were making all that money, and whether or not they deserve it, that's up in the air. However, I do think he does deserve the repercussions of his recent actions that his channel's been demonetized. Like that, he deserves that 100%. But I feel like these are two individuals who could have lived a normal life, and because of all the fame and the fortune, that opportunity for a normal life had been taken away from them. And there's a certain level of mental stability that you have to question in situations like that. Um, and again, I'm not trying to make fun of mental health. I have no evidence that either one of them have any mental health issues. I am just stating my opinion. And you're free to have your own opinion, you know? We can make this an open discussion. Just keep it clean in the comments, please. But no, I feel like this is a good place. This is a moment in history for YouTube that moving forward, I think, will better YouTube as a whole. And to Logan Paul, if and Jake Paul too, both of them, because they're both a bit nutty. But if you ever happen to see this, which I highly doubt, but if you do, it on the slim chance that you do see this video, I just want to say that how do I put this? I don't think you're a bad person. Alright? I don't. However, I do think you need a certain level of guidance moving forward. Because I'm sure this won't be the end of you. I'm sure it might be the end of your YouTube career, but I'm sure you're going to continue your shenanigans elsewhere. But if that is the case, I highly recommend getting some sort of advisor or someone to oversee what it is you're doing and be like, hey, this might not be a good idea. You might not want to do that, you know? And because if you had some sort of like PR manager or something like that, or just some sort of advisor, you might could have avoided this entire situation if you just had that one voice of reason that both you and your brother seem to lack. Maybe this wouldn't have happened. So that's my little piece of advice. I'm not really in any position to give any sort of advice. But that's what I would advise. That being said, I'm pretty sure this will be the end of his YouTube career, unless he just goes on doing YouTube for free now, which he might very well do, because it might not even be about the money. It might just be about the attention. In which case, I could very well see him continuing YouTube, even though he doesn't get paid for it anymore. Because I'm sure he has other sources of income. Um, but will this be the end of Logan Paul? I don't know. A certain part of me hopes that it is, and not just for my sake or for YouTube's sake, but also for his sake as well. Because if it is the end of his career, he might could live a normal life after all of this. Um, and as far as his brother goes, because his brother still has his channel. It hasn't been demonetized as far as I'm aware. Um, if his brother has any level of intelligence, he will do his best not to follow the same path that Logan did. Um, but let's be honest, this is Logan and Jake Paul we're talking about. It's not over. It's not over. Um, but it's just I don't know, man. I have trouble trying to wrap my head around the thought process of these two. I really do. It's their thoughts, their actions are just so irrational that I can't come up with any reasonable explanation for any of it. Um, but that being said, that's gonna end this little video here. Um, I feel like I've said what needs to be said. Logan Paul has been demonetized. He's lost all of his YouTube Red privileges, and the Suicide Forest video has been removed from YouTube. And I think the video with the fish and the rat has been removed as well. If it hasn't, it definitely should. But that being said, you know, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens. But if I'm really hoping this whole thing can just be over now. Logan Paul can just go live a completely anonymous life out of the spotlight, and YouTube would be better as a whole for that. So I'm hoping that's what ends up happening, but who knows? Who knows? The Maverick, after all, he's a bit stubborn. So we'll see. But thank all you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about the Logan Paul situation. Are you in defense of Logan Paul? Are you happy that this has happened? Like, what's your stance on the situation? I'd love to hear your opinion. Um, but just try to keep it clean in the comments. All right. I don't want to start a fucking hate war or anything like that. Like, at the end of the day, he is just another human. A human with questionable mental health, but still, just the human. Anyway, thank all you guys for watching, and I'll see all you guys next time. Goodbye, guys.